Bore da, croeso I Cymru. More specifically, welcome to Carno. As you can see, I'm outside the spa shop. I'm on the CRF. I'm just going to have a coffee. Today I'm out doing a little bit of exploring, and I was going to be doing some filming in a minute, so there you go. I've just fitted a new link to the bike that just drops the seat height slightly, and I have to say I'm quite pleased. It's not been too bad. Right, see you in a minute. Bangor is 80 miles that way. Cardiff is about 100 miles that way. So why am I here? Well, in this video, or could even be several videos, I'm not sure yet how it'll work out, I've come to explore the great trade generated by this part of Wales. And Wales has produced lots of industry for all over the exporting for all over the world. So we've had slate in the north, coal in the south. So what have we had here? Well, from this little village there's been two particular industries, and the first one I know you'll have heard of is Laura Ashley. And Laura Ashley's first factory, according to Google Maps, is this place here in the middle of Carno. So Laura Ashley, if you don't know, produce fashion and also homewares. We've actually got to say Laura Ashley sofa at home, and very nice it is too, despite the fact that the dogs, cats like jumping all over it. Yeah, so here began the legend that is Laura Ashley. From those humble beginnings, a mighty firm grew, selling a lifestyle envied by all sorts of nations and exported all over the world. So that was her first little factory. But this village isn't just famous for Laura Ashley. There's a different, darker side to it, which we'll explore further. It gives me an excuse to ride some really fantastic lanes and show you some really interesting places, and hopefully it'll make you laugh a bit too. Anyway, so we're going to go off to the next location. It's the other end of the village, and I'll tell you more. So we're only travelling a few hundred metres really from the start of the world famous Laura Ashley enterprise, and we're going to be entering a completely different world. Back in the 1970s, Carno was also responsible for the export of a huge quantity of recreational pharmaceuticals. It was LSD, that's not pounds, shillings and pence. I'll put a name of what it actually is down on the screen. But basically it's a hallucinogenic pharmaceutical recreational drug. See that? And the building itself was plus Lissin, where they made it. So this massive house in front of us is plus Lissin, and in the cellars of that building was where a chap called Richard Kemp, who was a very talented chemist, produced what apparently was the purest LSD available on the market. He found a particularly good way of making it, so it was quite pure and easy and quick to make. With associates, he set up a laboratory in the cellars at Place Lissin. So he put the cellar, I believe, is under the right hand side. Hang on a minute. There we go, sorry about that. The cellar's on the right hand side, and he put a big laboratory in there, and he created LSD. Now, excuse me, what's strange and unusual was that he didn't live here. He lived about 40 miles, 50 miles away. So he lived with a lady called Christine Bott. They claimed that they were doing it because they believed the world could be a better place by people taking LSD. I can't go any further than this because it's now a private road. However, I'm here for a reason. Until the 60s, LSD was legal, but then it became a Class A drug, which is a UK terminology for something that you can't have. It's really dodgy. So it was a highly illegal practice to make it, sell it, or even be in possession of it. It still is to this day. Oops, you dropped the bike. So there was a massive undercover police operation. It was called Operation Julie. So what I'm going to try and uncover over the next few hours, as I say, it may be one video, it may end up being several videos, is the story of this. So we know that Kemp was doing his production here. However, what we also know is, roughly where I am now, he was being watched by a group of undercover police officers. They were part of what's called Operation Julie. And they had a caravan here, and they were surveyors. That was their cover story. They were a group of surveyors, and they were keeping an eye on Place Lissin, watching what happened. When they actually entered the property, there was no laboratory in the cellars. it had all been dismantled. The reason for this is Kemp was setting up a different laboratory elsewhere, which we're going to try and find as well. He had removed and destroyed everything, and it was actually down the well. There's a well, I believe, this side, just to the right of the house. The problem was that a mole had accidentally got poisoned by the LSD. Excuse me. So that when the police actually went and raided the property, they found the dead mole. The mole went to, I believe, Aldermaston and was checked out, and the LSD traces were strong enough that they could actually detect that it was the same make of LSD that Kemp had been producing. So yeah, that was more or less a nail in his coffin. Yeah, so it's quite a story, this whole thing about the production. So what we're going to do is go and have a look at some of the other addresses involved, maybe have a look at the commute from here back down, and we'll see if we can find out a little bit more about the story and see what we can uncover. And I was going to say undercover then. See what we can uncover, and we'll also hopefully enjoy some pretty good lanes. That's the plan anyway. Right, so see you in a minute, and we'll see what we get and what we can, as I say, uncover. In the meantime, say this is Plaslicin, where the LSD was produced. Ironically, produced about 90% of the UK's LSD and about 60% of the world's LSD at its time. So you've got down in the village, you've got Lower Ashley, a real powerhouse of what I would call a respectable industry, and up here, a few hundred metres away, we've got the a world dominating industry. It was short-lived, which we'll discuss later, but it was illegal. There's no other way of putting it. It was illegal. Right, let's go and have a look at some other addresses. In the meantime, thanks for watching. See you with another episode soon. Bye.